All right, 11.2, we are talking about the area of a circle. And to find the area of a circle, the formula is area equals, so A is area, equals pi times the radius squared. Okay, and if you don't know this formula, pi times the radius squared, please, please, please write it down. Get to know this formula. This is what you will be using in this lesson. Okay? Let's go up to our first example. All right, here. Find the area of each shaded circle or sector of a circle. Here the entire circle. So here we're using A equals pi times the radius squared. So we have to find our radius. It looks like each tick mark is going by 2. So 2, 4, 6. So our radius is 6. So A is equal to pi times 6 squared, or A is equal to 36 pi, because 6 squared is 36. And here we have to take 36 times pi, and you will get 113.1. So A is equal to 113.1. I think it says round to the nearest tenth. Oh, no, that's what we're going to do though. B, it says 1/4 of a circle. Okay, well, what's our radius? 2, 4, 6. Okay, so it's the same circle. Right? We just want 1/4 of that. So we're going to take our area. We're going to take 1/4 of that, or multiply by 1/4. Multiply by 1, divide by 4. You'll get 28.3. Moving on, it's number 3 here. We want 7/8 of this circle. Okay, well, our radius is right here, and it looks like it's 1, 2. So A is equal to pi times 2 squared, or A is equal to pi times 4, or 4 pi. We want to multiply this by 7/8, so the area of that shaded region is 4 pi times 7/8. Okay, so we're going to take 4 pi, multiply it by 7, divide it by 8, you'll get 10 point, we'll just say about 11. Part D, it says 2/3 of the circle. Well, what's our radius? Looks like it's going by 2's again. We have 2, 4, 6, 8. So our area is equal to pi times 64, right? R squared is 8, 8 squared is 64. We want 2/3 of that. So the area of that shaded region is 64 pi times 2/3. (64) times pi times 2 divided by 3. You'll get 113 or 134, about 134. All right. This word problem. A center pivot irrigation system consists of 400 meters of sprinkler equipment that rotates around a central pivot point at a rate of once every 3 days to irrigate a circular region with a diameter of 800 meters. Okay, so they give us our image down here, right? And then you can kind of see that radius right there. And if the diameter is 800 meters, that radius is 400. Okay? Find the area of the sector that is irrigating the system in 1 day. Okay, so this thing goes around 1 time in 3 days. So we probably want to find a third of that, right? Once every 3 days, so 1/3 of that. We just want to find this region. Okay, so the area of that 1/3 part is equal to our radius, or pi, times the radius squared. Okay, so I'm just going to take 400 squared. 400 squared. Multiply that by pi. Okay, there's our area of the entire circle, so that's the 3 days. We want to multiply this by 1/3, or just divide that by 3, and you should get 16,000. Sorry, 167,000. 551.6, what is it, meters. Meters squared, so we're working with area. Okay, so 167,551.6 meters squared. Okay, number 3 says, how can you find the area of a sector of a circle? Well, find the area of the entire circle and divide by the sector. Okay. Number 4, we're not going to do. That's just some more math on the problem we did above with the irrigation system. We're not going to work on that. Instead, we're going to write a few definitions here. Population density. Pretty easy. It's the measure of how many people live within a given area. Okay. Sector of a circle, we were working with that. You guys should know what the sector of a circle is. It's that portion. The area of a sector. Okay, so it's a lot like arc length from 11.1. The area of a sector can be found by this formula here, or probably a more common one, this formula here. Okay. When we get to an example, we'll come back here. For these extra practice problems, number 1, we have to find the area of M. Okay, well, the diameter is 5 centimeters. We have to know the radius. Well, the radius is half the diameter, so what's half of 5? So you can take 5 divided by 2. It's 2.5. Remember, the area is going to be pi times 2.5 squared. So we're going to square that, and then multiply by pi. Oh. 6.25 times pi. 19.6. And it's in centimeters, so centimeters squared. Okay, number 2. There's our radius, 7 meters. So we want the area is going to be equal to pi times 7 squared. So A is going to be equal to 49 times pi. 49 pi, 153.9. 153.9, that's in meters, so meters squared. Okay, in 3 through 8, we're going to find the indicated measure. Alright, we want to find the area of a circle with a diameter of 1.8 inches. Okay, so A is equal to pi r squared. And what we have is a diameter of 1.8. So we have to take 1.8 divided by 2. That's going to get us r, so we're at 0.9. So A is equal to pi times 0.9, that's going to be squared. It should be 0.81, but I'll show you. Square that. 0.81. So A is going to be equal to pi times 0.81 times pi, and we'll get 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches squared. Okay, we're working with area. It's inches squared. Number 4. The diameter of a circle with an area of 10 square feet. Okay, so we're at 10. That's equal to pi r squared. Yeah. Okay, so a little bit of math has to be involved here. We want to solve for r and then multiply it by 2, because that's what the diameter is, right? That's what the diameter is. So, how do we solve for r in this case? Divide by pi. What's 10 divided by pi? 3.2. Okay, so 3.2 is equal to r squared. How do we solve for r? We take the square root. So the square root of 3.2 is equal to 1.788. Okay, so r is equal to 1.788. Okay, and then how do we find the diameter? We have to multiply it by 2. Okay, because r radius is half the diameter, so we have to take 1.788 multiplied by 2. That should get us 3.58. And it's in feet, so feet. Okay, number 5. The radius of a circle with an area of 65 square centimeters. So the area is 65. That's equal to pi r squared. And again, we want to solve for r. So how do we do that? We're going to divide both sides by pi. And then we're going to take the square root. Okay, so quickly here. 65 divided by pi is equal to 20.7. And now we got to take that square root. You get 4.55. 4.55 centimeters. Okay, I'm going to erase my work up here. Number 6, we want to find the area of a circle with a radius of 6.1 yards. So we want to find the area. It's equal to pi, and then r, radius of 6.1 squared. So 6.1 squared times pi, that'll give us our area. .1 squared times pi, 116.9 yards squared. All right, number 7. The areas of sectors formed by PQR, angle PQR. Okay, so we want to find the area of the shaded region. We have 140 degrees and a radius of 4. So I'm going to go back up here. Here's my circle. Okay, this is 140 degrees. This was 4. I'm going to find this shaded region. I want to find that area. Okay. What we can do is what I'm going to do is use this formula here, where it's that measure, 140 degrees divided by 360, multiplied by pi times r squared. So we're going to take 140 degrees divided by 360 degrees, multiplied by pi, and then r squared, which is 16. That'll get us our final answer. So we have 140 divided by 360. Gets us that. Multiply it by 16 pi. You get 19.5. And I don't know if it was labeled at all. Oh, it was centimeters. So 19.5 centimeters squared. Make sure you're labeling your work. Okay. We want to find the area of y. Ooh. Okay, so we want to find the area of this region here. Okay. And how do we do that? Well, okay, to solve for the entire circle of y, we have to find the radius. To find the radius, we know the area of this shaded region is 4.1. So 4.1 equals, same type of formula we just did, 25 over 360 times pi r squared. Now we have to solve for r. Okay, here's my calculator. I'm going to take 25 divided by 360, and I get 0.6944. I'm going to multiply that by pi. Okay, so right now I'm at 0.218. So right now, I'm in blue. I'm going to write it down here. 4.1 is equal to 0.218. So we have 0.218 times r squared. Okay, now we have to solve for r. How do we do that? Well, first we have to divide by 0.218 on both sides. 4.1 divided by 0.218. Good. And now we're left with r squared equals, what's this number? 18.8. How do we solve for r? We have to take the square root of both sides. So r is going to equal, we have to take the square root of this number. We get 4.3. So r is 4.3. Now we have to find the area of that entire circle. Well, A is equal to pi times 4.3 squared. So what we do, take this number, actually just square it. Should get 18.79, yep. And then multiply it by pi. Times pi, you get 59.04. And it's feet squared. Okay, make sure we're labeling our word. All right. Next, about 70,000 people live in a region with a 30-mile radius. Okay, find the population density of the people per square mile. Okay, so to find this, we have a radius of 30 miles. We want to find the area of that 30 miles. So, what do? Take 30, square it, and then multiply it by pi. Okay? So we're saying that 70,000 people live in a town, or a region, 30-mile radius, that has an area of 2,827.43. Okay, all we have to do, divide 70,000 by 2,874.243. So 70,000 divided by this number, you should get about 25. Okay, I'm labeling an answer, so about 25 people per square mile.